So as you guys are aware, Geoff Keighley is trying to trademark the term the Game Awards because he's trying to stifle competition regarding his Game Awards because I think he sees the writing on the wall. I think he started to notice that there are people out there that absolutely will try to compete with him and will do anything they can with bigger platforms than him, to be honest with you, because let's be real, these people who are trying to compete with Geoff Keighley, even though Geoff Keighley's Game Awards gets a lot of views, that's still one bit of views one time a year versus other people with big platforms that get more views all throughout the year. But Geoff Keighley apparently has now decided to get to the point where he's got to beg gamers in order for his help or to help him in getting this trademark to go through.
Damn it! Every freaking time!
Now, there's been an email that's been circling around from someone who apparently is, I guess, subscribed to the Game Awards for updates or whatever the case may be, and they got this email from Geoff Keighley or from the Game Awards essentially begging them to put this, sign this like DocuSign, which will essentially make it easier for them to get the trademark, and then is begging for them to give positive reception over how the Game Awards has changed their lives, blah, 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 whatever. It seems like they're really going all out to try to get this trademark to go through. So let's get into this article, guys, from That Park Plays. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I will greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, a lot of you guys already know Geoff Keighley and the Game Awards just recently announced their nominations, and the entire internet is melting down over the nominations. And honestly, some of them even shocked me. I'll put it to you like that. Some of them honestly shocked me. I was wrong about a few categories, and I'm interested to see who actually wins them. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the Game Awards is not something I really give a shit about. And a lot of people feel the same way because they are still maintained by the access media. When the access media has 90% of the vote and gamers have 10% of the vote, there's something severely wrong with your system, in my opinion. But Geoff Keighley, the man who started the Game Awards 10 years ago, is trying to enlist gamers in his plot to trademark the event's name and effectively silence competition. I know Smash JT put out a good video about this, and apparently there is an email going around that I want people to know about because it is not something that should go unnoticed. The email is apparently encouraging fans to sign a letter of support via DocuSign, ensuring them that it would only take about 30 seconds, while also failing to explain the ramifications should Keighley succeed. It also asks fans to share personal anecdotes about the event that will be included in filing the case. Now, I want people to understand something. If this man succeeds in actually trademarking the Game Awards, that is going to make it extremely difficult for anybody else to host their own Game Awards without having to pay him a royalty fee, or essentially without having to have his, permission to some extent. It is ridiculous, and this is a panic decision, in my opinion, that is meant to stifle competition, especially with the recent announcement of the real Game Awards from Sutter and Craig. You gotta admit, the timing is awfully convenient. You know, he's been sitting on the Game Awards for almost 10 years now, and now all of a sudden he's deciding that he wants to trademark the name. Now, of all times, the 1 year that somebody else comes out with the real Game Awards and decides to directly compete, or at least try to compete, against the Game Awards. I find it to be very interesting and not so super convenient timing, you know what I mean? And by not, I'm obviously being sarcastic. In addition, if you want to reply to this email with any personal reflections with details on how you came to know and live the Game Awards, we will be happy to include your individual thoughts in our application when it is filed in a few weeks, the email said. Now, this is obviously all the legal information showcasing that they are, in fact, trying to do this. This is not a rumor. This is not some fake news being spread around. They're actually trying to do this, and it's ridiculous. What makes the situation particularly troubling is the way that the email appeals to fans to aid in the trademark process, Smash JT said while commenting on the insidious nature of Keighley's request. It asks recipients to submit personal reflections about their connection to the Game Awards. Keighley's team is leveraging the goodwill of the gaming community to serve their legal ambitions. Some people may read this message thinking it's completely innocent or that they are doing the right thing by participating in pushing the agenda forward. But no, the request subtly frames the trademark application as a collaborative effort, even though its ultimate purpose is to give one entity exclusive control over a term that belongs to all of us in the broader gaming verbiage. Now, again, guys, you got to understand something. if he gets control over this trademark, this will make him the arbiter of Game Awards, which I think is insane. There's no reason why Geoff Keighley should be the only one that's able to host his own Game Awards or even have that phrase, the Game Awards. It is way too broad of a term to be trademarking, right? That's like trying to trademark water. You can't do that. It's insane. But at the end of the day, man, he's still going to try to do it anyway. And we've seen examples of this happen in the past, and some of them have succeeded and some of them have failed. So this is honestly a 50-50 shot. It could go either way, and we really don't know which way it's going to go. Considering this guy comes from a wealthy background, chances are he has a lot of pull and a lot of connections in certain areas that could probably get this done. But he wouldn't be super confident he wouldn't be doing this so, confidently unless he's begging people essentially for help. So I think that considering he needs this help and this many emails and whatnot from people, I think he knows that he doesn't have this quite in the bag right now, and we need to ensure the message gets out there so that we could try to counter this as much as we possibly can. At the end of the day, he might succeed, he might not succeed, but we should do everything we possibly can to try to stop it. Then the article says, despite running the event for an entire decade, this marks the first time Keighley has attempted to own the term. And again, I wonder why. It comes just 8 months after Stuttering Craig of Side Scrollers revealed his plan to launch a counter show called the Real Game Awards. Craig's show would be entirely voted on by gamers, which is the exact opposite of how Keighley's corporate sponsored suit Entire Fair is run. While Keighley often touts that the fans' ability to vote on winners for the Game Awards, the gesture is mostly symbolic, the fan vote makes up just a measly 10% of the actual results, with 90% determined by a panel of industry insiders from legacy access media outlets like IGN, Polygon, and Variety. Now, again, this is the biggest issue with the Game Awards, in my opinion, because if you're going to have the Game Awards, it should be voted by the gamers. It should not be voted by the access media. This is the issue. The access media thinks they control everything. And truth be told, they've lost control over everything, especially over the last year. It's been a bloodbath. They cannot even keep up. They are getting destroyed every single time they even try to put out an article. It is not even remotely close. YouTubers have absolutely taken over when it comes to the narrative and the overall information that's going out there right now, and they can't keep up. This is why they're constantly coping and seething. This is why they're constantly complaining, and this is why they're going to be an advocate for this trademark. Don't get it twisted. Most likely, this was the idea of a collaborative effort between Geoff Keighley and other journalists. You know what I mean? He's probably talked to a few people, and they said, well, why don't you trademark it? It's probably not even just solely his idea. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I am very curious to see how this is going to end. I'm sure that, if everything ends well, we won't have to deal with him trademarking the Game Awards. But if he does succeed with trademarking it, I think we're going to have a major issue going forward if we ever want to have an actual real award show and not something that is meant for just corporate affairs, making money and selling trailers, because I think they charge like $100,000 or something insane for a trailer spot at the Game Awards. It's absolutely fucking nuts. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.